Well, as the school year kicks off in a little bit, so do school sports, including at St. Louis University. We're now joined by Athletic Director Chris May. First off, thanks for joining us in studio today.
Great to be here. I appreciate it.
So 2 A-10 titles last year. You had softball and women's soccer. And as you go into another year, men's basketball was really good again. Men's soccer was good again. What kind of momentum do you feel like your athletic department has going into 2025-2026 school year?
Well, clearly we had a good year last year, but we're looking how do we take the next step, right? And without a doubt, our men's basketball team drives much of our success. Coach Schertz and his staff have done a great job of really bringing together a very, very talented men's basketball team, which we'll talk about, which we're excited about. We had a great summer with them. Katie Shields has won, in the women's soccer team's won 7 championships in a row. Softball's looking to defend. It's a great thing to be able to say, defend. And then in our men's soccer team, clearly Kevin Kalish in our men's soccer team who went to our 51st NCAA tournament. There's a lot of excitement.
NIL is such a major part of what you guys do now.
No question.
A lot different from when you started at SLU in 08. It's a much different time now in 2025. So how do you guys continue to try to lead the way in that?
We are deep in it, and our community has helped us get there. And our basketball teams are in that game, soccer teams a little bit. Others will evolve into it, but there's no question that you're only as good as your community helps you, right? And our community has stepped up big time. We've gone to them. They have stepped up big time, and we're putting Josh Schertz in the position to take our program to a place it's never been before. And we've talked about it all along. There's no reason why SLU can't really be one of those players now that the rules are what they are. We can play in that game.
When you look at this basketball team as Josh Schertz enters year 2, I feel from an outside looking in like there was some momentum last year. If you look at how many people are at Chaifetz Arena towards the end of last year in A-10 play, it seems like the right hire was made, but also there is some momentum when it comes to what your basketball team is doing to get to a spot where your vision is.
There was clearly momentum at the end of the year, but there's more momentum now. I mean, we had close to 1,000 people at an open practice on July 31st. The returners had a great summer. Josh has a long-term plan that we're totally connected on. And it's how do we build. Last year we had some momentum. Now it's how do we have got to compete for an A-10 championship, get in the NCAA tournament. And then we got to take that next step. But the pieces are in place.
Josh Schertz was on a radio show earlier this week, and they asked him about, you know, Rick Pitino's comments about a team like SLU joining a Big East. And as you talk about continued growth and continuing to take that next step, is there an appetite at all to, I'm not necessarily throwing a Big East on you, but is there an appetite to continue to grow? And if that growth means leaving a conference and joining another conference?
First and foremost, the A-10's been great to us, okay? It's been great to us. It has served us very well, and we're very proud to be one of the leaders in the Atlantic 10, so let's not miss that. But our appetite is how we grow our basketball program and our athletic program. Our appetite is how we continue to grow and put St. Louis University on a national landscape. And so we will, you know, a lot of those things are never in your, you know, it's not your decision, but we are very in tune and focused on how we grow this program so it can be right there with the very best in the country.
Are there certain areas that you would like to see your athletic department maybe take that bigger step at as we move into 2025 and really the future and things you're really looking at right now?
Well, the big piece that we're really focused on now is how do we go into the community really in the rev share, NIL space, and driving revenue. I mean, that's a very high-end focus right now. And so we've got staff coming on that we are going into our community. Our community's been great. It's how do you elevate that? Because the more we can elevate that, the more we can elevate the student-athlete levels and the competitiveness and what have you. So we are focused on that piece, and we are focused on how we can help these coaches who are competing in the top 25 in the country. How do we solidify ourselves that we're there all the time, and we're going to take that final step.
Okay, so at this point in the interview, I'm on this side of it, you're on that side of it. However, your position as an athletic director has also put you on the interview side of things with these videos you're doing with the basketball team. How did those come to fruition, and how do you like maybe the question part of interviews and not necessarily being on the other side of them?
It's a lot easier. No, I'm just kidding. The podcast just came out of how do we tell our story better? And so one of the real fun things I get to do is really engage with our coaches and our student athletes and talk about their stories. And because that, in the end, that's what this is all about, what we do.
All right, Chris May, thanks for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of your summer before things really get busy here in a few weeks.
I appreciate it.